What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is it's a lovely sunny Sunday afternoon, March 9th, I believe, and it's gorgeous outside. I'm about to go outside and play, actually. It's quite late in the afternoon. It's been a lazy Sunday, what can I say? Been on the sofa watching box shorts, watching Netflix, but yeah, I'm reading comics today as well. This is this week's haul. Looks more than it actually is, actually. 3 of the books are from last week. Just didn't get a chance to show last week because I had to go back down to the store. If you remember last week, I said I was meant to pick up Wake issue 6, which I've now read. Technically speaking, the second part of the main storyline. You know, for all intents and purposes, it's Waterworld. We're just missing Kevin Costner. So yeah, it was really good. Really enjoyed it, and I don't know, I like it. It's just a great story. Scott Snyder's kicking the shit out of this at the moment. It's great stuff. It's just a good old yarn. Some loud noise. But yeah, I was meant to pick up that book last week, but he gave me the Wrath or some shit last week. So I had to go and swap it over. As well as I now picked up Revenge issue 1 for mature readers, and it definitely is for mature readers. This is done by Jonathan Ross and Ian Churchill, sorry. This is really good. It's graphic. It's got quite a lot of sexual material and profanities in it, which I quite like, I must admit. It reminds me of a really sort of old school 80s action stroke horror film. Very cool. Gruesome stuff. Really enjoyed it. Pick it up. Then picked this up off eBay. Y the Last Man Volume 9. I'm not going to read this yet because I've only got Volume 1. But you picked it up for a couple of pounds. It took about 3 weeks to get here. Pissed me off, I have to say. Then when it did come, I had to pay £3.60 for postage again. So I should be having a word with the seller about that. Not impressed at all. The condition of the comics pretty well, to be fair. It's good, you know, it's wrapped well and everything, but for some reason I just didn't get here. So this is this week's books. 12 books this week. More than I wanted to get. Again, I'm still trying to cut down, but there's so many books coming out. You've got Nightcrawler coming out, you've got Cyclops coming out, Iron Fist, and just loads and loads of books. New Ghost Rider, which reminds me of the new Ghost Rider book. The art in that book, I don't know if it's the same artist or not, I'll have to check, but it reminds me very much of Strange Talent with Lisa Strode. The artist in that is, yeah, could be wrong, could just be similarities, but it definitely looks very similar. Anyway, I'm digressing. Yeah, first picked up the week, Batman Superman Annual 1. It's okay. They're basically, there's basically Mongols captured by Superman and Batman in previous books. His son comes to Earth to wreak revenge, or so we think. Turns out he wants their help to overthrow his homeworld so he can rule them, because they want to destroy Earth. He doesn't. He believes in change. Anyway, there's a kind of a Mortal Kombat sort of competition going on, and there's just a lot of people punching each other in the face, really. There's not a great deal of story there, and everyone is happy ever after. To be honest, it's a $5.99 book. There's 3 different artists. I wouldn't bother, really, unless you're hardcore and want to complete your series. Then I won't bother, really. We have the new Wolverine and X-Men issue 1, and this is a legit issue 1. They stopped the last issue at 42, and it's weird. Everyone's grown up a bit, everyone's graduated, so we're not looking at the kids as students as much anymore. We're looking at them as role examples, like Quentin Quire has been left in charge of the school over the summer period as a sort of deputy headmaster. Really cool. Logan's missing an eye in it. And Logan's basically trying to recruit Fantomex to the school and whatnot. And it's just a really good stuff. I was worried about where this book was going to take off, to be honest. I was worried that the last book was so good, and I was worried they weren't going to live up to that. And I'm surprised they have. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. Uncanny X-Men 18. fantastic front cover there, absolutely fantastic cover. Good book. This book essentially deals with Cyclops finding out that the X-Men from the past have been taken into space, kidnapped, so to speak, because of the Jean Grey trial. And then you see him let out a massive Octoblast. He has his crazy Octoblast to go everywhere. And basically, the artist has tried to do like splash panels where the Optic Blast is whipping out everywhere, and inside those Optic Blasts is different segments of stories from the past and how he recruited Kitty Pryde and got the old X-Men, the younger X-Men to join him and stuff. It's a good idea. It's just not a Wog said it quite well. It just comes a bit disorientating and very hard to read sometimes because it's a bit scattered all over the place. The panels made it hard work to read at times, but still, take that aside from it, the story's quite good. It was okay. Not an essential pickup, but if you're an X-Men collector, it is an essential collector pickup. But again, awesome front cover. Forever Evil number 6. Okay, things are starting to wrap up with this. It was a good issue. I'm not going to say it wasn't a good issue because it was a good issue. I'm not going to say what happens at the end. I'm not going to give any plot lines away, but it was a good issue. They're moving things along. You can see how they're going to wrap it up. But I'm just starting to ask myself, does anyone care anymore? I'm not sure I do. Has to be said. Feels like it's just dragging on forever and ever. Moon Knight number 1 we have up next. I've never read a Moon Knight book before, and I kind of feel it gave you a bit of the background about Moon Knight, which is really cool. However, I liked a bit more origin in there, just for like dumb saps like myself who've never read it before, really. So yeah, it was good. Am I going to pick up issue 2? Probably. Yes, I probably will pick up issue 2. I think it's got a couple of books in it for me. I can't say I was mad on the book itself, but I can see where they're trying to go with it, and it's quite interesting, and there's something a little bit different from Marvel, which is quite nice as well. So it was okay, it was good. Definitely worth picking up the first issue anyway. Then we have Daymen, issue 3. I can't believe it, they actually brought it out quite quick. I was quite surprised to see this in my pull list when I came in this week. But fantastic, Daymen, one of the great books that are out at the moment, and I just wish it was coming out more regularly. Really do, because it's so fantastic story. The premise of the story is good. There's a load of backstories there going on, and it's 3 issues in, but I feel like I've been reading it for 20. That's how good this book is. Pick it up. Nova 14, issue 14. I said Nova 14 twice there. Big transformer looking thing on the front. So Nova's gone into space with Beta Ray Bill, trying to make up for his sins and helping Skarn out. So they're basically trying to find Skarn. Once again, not a lot happens. Say this every time I pick this book up, not a lot happens. And to be true, not a lot does happen. But I don't care. I love this book. Pick it up. Right, Vampire Diaries 3. It's not for me. It's for the missus. I ain't got a fucking clue what's going on about it. But I picked it up. I'm showing you I picked it up. There you go. I don't read it. The wife reads it. You're probably thinking I'm lying, but I'm not. Oh, she does. I'm trying to get into comics. You've got to start somewhere. Magneto 1. I really enjoyed this book. It's kind of cool seeing Magneto off on his own. And just sort of, he's almost letting his inner demons out. When he's with the Uncanny X-Men, he's trying to play the father figure, but he fights with that. He fights with that demon of trying to be the father figure for all these young hopes. But now he's on his own. He can just sort of give in to his inner demons a bit more and do things the way he wants to do them. And he's not worried about guilt. He's had enough guilt in his life. He knows he's doomed to hell. And he'll deal with that when the day comes. So now he's just out wreaking justice. in the way he wants to read it, and this is fantastic. Really good. Really enjoyed this book. He has a really sort of viciousness about him of making people pay, and there's a real ruthless streak in him. You can see that coming out. So yeah, can't wait to see more of that book. We then have Apocalypse Owl, 2 of 4. 2 covers out for this week for it. I couldn't decide on which one to get because I thought they're both about the same, really. They're okay. I was really disappointed in this book. Really enjoyed issue 1, but this book, it's only a 4-parter, so there's only 2 parts left to get. So I'm going to continue to get the last 2 parts, but this was a weak book for me. It ended well, I'll give it that. It ended well, but the whole story about her being in like cyberspace with cyber demons, I just couldn't care less, to be quite honest. And it was overly wordy and overly crap. You know, they need to get back to what they did in the first issue a bit more, which I'm hoping they will, because that's what I think it did best. And the last pickup of the week is Green Arrow issue 29. The Outsiders War, book 4, the Prague Offensive. This is so good. This is Green Arrow going after Komodo in Prague, after abandoning his father and Shadow on the island, taking a helicopter. And this book is so, I'm going to swear, if you've got kids around, put your fingers in your ears, but this book is so fucking good. And I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end. If you don't know what happens in this book, I'm not going to say what happens in this book. But trust me, if you don't know, go out and pick it up. Because by the end of reading this book, you're going to want to read the next fucking book. It is as simple as that. And because of that, that's my pick of the week. Simple as that. Pick of the week. Fantastic. So that's it. That's my books this week. Not a lot else really going on. Yeah, it's been a bit. I'm still trying to think what to cancel on my pull list. You know, there's so many fucking books coming out this year. I'm not talking about this month or next month. I'm talking about this year. And now the premise of most of these books I would want to pick up, and if I did that, we'd be collecting about 60 books a month, and that's just unreasonable, and just can't do it. You know, I don't have the money to do that. I have other things in my life, like a family to support. So I'm thinking about culling some books anyway. You know, I basically want to half what I'm spending a month. That's what I want to do. Yeah, that then frees up some funds for me to allocate other places in my life. And if I want to buy comics, I'll buy comics, or I'll buy trades, whatever. But that's what I want to do. You know, that's, you know, whatever I miss out now, I'll pick up in trade, and that's what I'm trying to work out. What I want to collect in trade, and what I want to pick up, you know, definitely each month. I know for a fact, Uncanny X-Men, that's not going anywhere. That's the only one I know of at the moment. Some of them are on a limited run. Some are going to be finishing up. Some are mini-series, so they're going to be finishing up. But there's always going to be a mini-series. So I don't know. We'll find out. I'm trying to work out what I actually get each month at the moment. And once I do, I'll take it from there, basically, and just chop it as I find it. But yeah, it's got to be done. You know, it's easy. I think we all start off with the premise of being really good and saying, look, I'm going to give myself X amount a month to spend. Scott running comics, I think he gives himself $25 a week to spend, and that's great. I started doing something similar myself, and then ever so slightly it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and before you know it, you lose control, and it's so easy to lose control. Comics can be almost an addiction sometimes, and so to fight an addiction, sometimes you have to go cold turkey on the shit, and that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to go cold turkey and just literally drop books, whether I like them or not. You know, sometimes you just can't get everything you want in life, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to basically get the list I want, that I'm thinking I just can't drop those books because, and then if I can find any excuse to drop the other books, I'm going to, you know. There's some books out there I've been carrying on getting just because, well, the run's come to an end, and that's fine. You know, if it's got 1 or 2 books left, I'll see the run out. But if it's like 10 bucks to finish the run. No, I'll wait, and then wait to see someone sells it on eBay and pick up the whole lot for a fraction of the cost, and when I have some free cash. So that's the plan. You know, all good plans and whatnot. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks for watching. Really enjoyed it. And I've been really enjoying the videos. I haven't been commenting as much this week as I normally do, and that's mainly because I've just been so fucking busy with work. Usually what I do, I'm at my office crunching numbers at the desk. I just put the videos on the background and just watch it on screen. Two screens. But yeah, that's what I usually do, and I just haven't been able to free myself up to comment as much. But all you guys out there getting great books as always, great comments. Always look forward to your reviews, your hauls, your thoughts. You know, just see what's going on in your lives. It's really cool. You're part of my extended family now, which is really cool. Thanks for all the new subs. Had a few new subs lately. Thank you very much. I think I'm coming up to the magic 50 number soon. I know that's not a lot to some of you guys, like 50 subs ain't shit, but to me that's a big deal. That's a big deal. There's 50 people out there willing to sacrifice their time to watch my stupid face. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I will do a little thank you video at some point when I hit 50. A little shout out to all of you. I'm deciding whether to do a quiz or not. 50 videos is not a lot. I think there will only be 3 videos, but maybe when I get to 100 subs, I might do a little quiz. Until then, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.